Okay, this is Chapter 11, Section 2, Odds. There are two kinds of odds, odds in favor of an event and odds against an event. It says here, in addition to applications involving sports and gambling, odds play an important role in many areas of society. Companies use odds when making difficult business decisions. Odds play an important role throughout the financial services industry, especially in all types of insurance. Odds are used when studying the spread of disease and the effectiveness of medical treatments. Odds are also used by social researchers when analyzing the results of surveys. A basic understanding of odds is important for many areas of employment. So odds against an event. The odds given in a gambling and use are usually given as odds against winning unless they are otherwise specified. The odds against an event is a ratio of the probability of that event will fail to occur to the probability that the event will occur in successes. To put this in a formula, you have odds against an event, which is right here, and it's equal to the probability of events failing to occur and events occur. So failure over success, probability of failure over success. So look at example 1. It says determine the odds against rolling a 4 on one roll of a fair dice. All right, so if we go with odds of failure to odds of success, all right, the probability of rolling a 4 is 1 over 6. Probability to roll a 4 is, the failure to roll a 4 is 5 over 6, okay, because you got 6 sides to a dice. So the formula says failure to roll a 4, which is 5 over 6, failure to roll a 4, which is 1 over 6. Remember, this is a complex fraction, so it's really nothing more than dividing. So we take 5/6 and divide by 1/6, which we never divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. So we go 5/6 times 1/6, the 6 cancel out, and we get 5. So the ratio is commonly written as 5 to 1. Thus, the odds against rolling a 4 are 5 to 1. Come down here, here's another way to write a formula for odds against an event. An experiment with equally likely outcomes, the odds against an event E can also be determined using the following formula. Number of outcomes unfavorable to E, number of outcomes favorable to E, okay? Which is pretty much the same thing as what you have up here, which is probability of failure, probability of success. So we come over here to example 2. It says in a recent survey, students at Etheridge University were asked to name the brand of blue jeans they preferred. Circle graph in figure 11.4, which was created using, shows the results of the survey. If a student from the survey is randomly selected, determine the odds against the individual preferring. And we come down here, like A, Levi's. So here's your graph. You can see Levi's is 35%, Diesel 17, Wrangler 15, Lee 13, Lucky, and the rest of them. So if we're looking for determine the odds against the individual preferring Levi's, then what we're going to do is we're going to take, and we look at the graph and see that for Levi's it's 35%, so 35 over 100, which is 7 over 20. Okay. If the student surveyed with Levi's, then all we'd have to do is subtract that 7 over 20 from 100%, and we get 13 over 20. So what happens is the odds of not preferring Levi's is 13 over 20. The odds of preferring Levi's is 7 over 20. Again, multiply by the reciprocal, 20's cancel, and we get 13 over 7. So the odds would be 13 to 7 that they would not, or against, preferring Levi's. Okay. Part B was if they preferred Wrangler genes, so we go through the same process. Wrangler was 15 over 100, so it's 3 over 20. We subtract the 3 over 20 from 1, we get 17 over 20. So we have 17 over 20 divided by 3 over 20, which gives us 17 to 3. So the odds against the student preferring Wrangler is 17 to 3. All right, then we come to odds of favoring an event, and it's just reversing. Remember, the odds against an event was failure over success. Well, the odds in favor of an event is success over failure. And so, for instance, if we look at this, it says one card is drawn from a standard 52 card deck. Determine the odds in favor of selecting a queen. Well, there are approximately 4 queens in the deck, so 4 over 52 reduces to 1 over 13. We take that 1 over 13, subtract from 1, we get 12 over 13. So the 1 over 13 is selecting a queen. This is not selecting a queen. We get 1 to 12. So you got the odds in favor of you selecting a queen are 1 to 12. We also have the formula here where odds in favor of an event are the number of outcomes favorable to E divided by the number of outcomes unfavorable to E. So we get the same situation here. If we look at this example problem, it says the odds against Ting being admitted to college, the college of her choice, are 9 to 2. Determine the probability that A, Ting is admitted, Ting is not admitted. All right, so first of all, we got 9 over 2. All right, so 9 plus 2 is 11. So if I want to figure out her failed to be admitted, I got 2 over 11. I mean, her being admitted is 2 over 11. Her being admitted is 9 over 11. So see, all I'm doing is looking here to see and adding these two together because it's 9 to 2.